My name is Robert Christopher Wayne Weathers. I live at 3102 Central Hill Road, Akron, Mississippi, 38841. I am still under attack by Scientology. You'll have to refer to my other videos for the rest of the story. I have to report criminal activity towards me at the moment. So last night I had to go to work. The entire time I got harassed. I have phone services, screens attached to my brain, both my origin biology and my extra dimensional brain tissue, which has been removed. It's death threats, harassment, and I got assaulted. Last night when I got home, they ran a worm through my brainstem. Today they're trying to remove more extra dimensional brain tissue. So now they're focusing on the part of the brain that controls my digestion and my heart rate and my breathing. Every time they mess with it, I get very nauseous, and I get heart palpitations. What they do is they're cleaning out around the brain. They're removing blood vessels and nervous tissue. It's like they're preparing to remove it. They do this over and over again to each brain feature. They keep harassing me and assaulting me. It appears they are trying to provoke a self-defense response. They cause me great pain and suffering and fear. They harass me and give me death threats as they assault me and my family members. So they try to provoke self-defense response. They keep trying to come up with some false narrative which says I'm a bad person or I've done something wrong that somehow justifies their criminal behavior towards me. Yes, I'm very sick. I'm weak. I'm dizzy. I'm nauseous. I'm seeing things and hearing things. So they have several phone services or several screens attached to my neural tissue. Different people have access to different screens and different phones. So most of my brain tissue is in a storage system. So Scientologists use a storage system to house their extra dimensional biology. There's an entanglement property between our third dimension and our extra dimensions. If you remove extra dimensional biology, especially brain and central nervous system tissue, no matter where you take it in the universe, you are still in this tissue. There is an entanglement property. Yes, they're treating it like a toy. I am part Native American. My Native American name is Crazy Bird. I wrote Crazy Bird comics. I wrote the Environmental Creation Agency. I wrote Divine Currency, or Buffalo Dollars. I wrote Alien Bob, Bug Bob, and several others. These Scientologists have been exploiting me. They have been allowing other Scientologists to invade my mind space in an attempt to gain ideas and steal intellectual content, property. And they're trying to say that they're trying to claim that my intellectual property or my thoughts are someone else's. Yes, now they want the brain tissue that allows me to do this, that allows me to write literature and create. I am more than just an author. I have a career in tool making, which is a very sophisticated field of study. We have to know code, specific machine languages. We have to know a lot about physics, material handling, manufacturing technologies. That is where most of my intelligence has come from. Yes, I've done this my whole life. I've made a lot of money doing it. Right now, they're not doing anything. They're driving a worm now, right through here. Yes, they're premeditating my death. They're coming up with every excuse in the world they can to do this to me. Yes, they're treating me like a commodity. They're trying to turn my brain into a toy. See, they have made money off of my mind space for the last 13 years. Now they want to do this for themselves. They want to create a device using my brain tissue that allows them to continue to make money. They like the way I think. I am extremely ill. I'm now getting victim shamed. They're trying to come up with an excuse for why they're doing this to me. So, Scientology, from what I have observed, there's more space in the universe than humans can see. There are extra dimensions and extra particles that we can't see that are also attached to our biology. Some kind of dark matter or dark energy that is a part of our biology that we can't see. They call it the dark side or the embers. Yes, we have biology in these extra dimensions. We utilize this biology to have an afterlife. So when we die, we live on. Our consciousness moves to our inner dimensions, and we leave we leave our third dimension behind. We are designed to survive in outer space. We are Anunnakis. We are of the bloodline Anunnaki. This is what I have observed and experienced. I have been with extra dimensional organisms most of my life. Yes, some are good and some are bad. They're people too. So Scientology is the practice of utilizing this extra dimensional biology before you die. They remove it from themselves and they utilize technology and techniques to turn it into an upper dimensional vehicle, a biology in which they can control while they are still alive. So this biology presents itself in layers. First, you have your three dimensions, your 1 through 3. Or you can consider your third dimension as a shell. We are just a shell for something else. There's something inside of us, another biology. So we have 1 through 3 dimensions. on the inside. And then as the energy transcends into the next three dimensions, it creates a layer on top of this biology. And then it creates another layer as it transcends into the next three dimensions, and another layer, so on and so forth, for every three dimensions. So Scientologists like to remove part or most of this extra dimensional biology from themselves. And then they like to remove the layers. They wind up with 3 or 4 biologies in the upper dimensions in which they can turn into an upper dimensional vehicle. These biologies can't function properly in this state. They are missing vital organs and tissues that allow them to function properly. See, they can't take everything with them. They have to leave organs and tissues behind so the origin biology can survive, so you can stay alive. So they take organs and tissues from other humans and other species in an attempt to make themselves whole and function properly. They take organs and tissues from other humans and other species such as lizards, insects, and worms. They make a few type of alien forms. They're the greens, the grays, and the blue bloods. They make lizard people with lizard biology. They make insectoids or bug people using bug biology. And then they make worm people using worm biology. This is Scientology. They worship the alien form. So they covet other people's biology. They can utilize another person's body parts as their own to complete their upper dimensional biology. The Scientology process takes a stolen body part to complete. So say you want to practice Scientology. You go to one of these Scientology companies and you pay for their services. They will remove your extra dimensional biology, and then they will start the preparation of turning it into an upper dimensional vehicle, a biology in which you can drive, which requires technology and techniques. So during this process, they are going to need transplants, donor organs, to complete the Scientology process. So they will take these organs and tissues from the public and other species. Yes, they are body snatchers, biological theft, or soul thieves. Yes, they have made a lot of money using my biology. So I'm severely ill, and they're not stopping. They're not doing anything. Coco. They're not doing anything at the moment. I study psychology. I have since I was a teenager. Yeah. Nobody. I heard you in there talking to somebody. Not somebody outside. Y'all get in here. The dogs are there. Come on, Papa. Come on, Papa. Get in here. Come on. Come on. Yes, this has been happening since I was young. So I've been studying psychology since I was young. Started in college. I was 17 or 18 years old. I enjoyed my psychology classes. The ability that it gives a person to control their mind and train their thoughts and mind. So I learned psychotherapy and psychoanalysis at an early age. It's easy. It's basically just thinking about what you think about and trying to control your thought patterns and create thought patterns. It gives you a lot of control over your psychology and your behavior. It helps your mental health. Someone just said something about psychology. Yes, I'm an armchair scientist. I'm actually a scientist. Uh, Manufacturing technologies is a very scientific field of study. I'm a tool maker and tool and die maker, a CNC machinist, a manual machinist. I've made parts for a lot of different industries. I study all fields of science. So I have to sit here and watch them say, yes, haha, yes. Yes, they harass me constantly. And some of these people have government authority. They are government officials. So Scientology has people in all institutions. Yes, they're trying to use their authority to get away with this. You're breaking the law. Stop talking to me. You're breaking the law. Put all of my biology somewhere safe. Remove all of the devices from my biology and leave it alone. It is causing me sickness and dysfunction and pain. I do not consent for anyone to have possession of any part of my biology, and I do not consent for any kind of biological modifications. I do not consent for you to talk to me in my own home. I do not consent for you to stimulate my brain or nervous system in any way. You are lying and you are breaking the law. Yes, I am severely ill. No, I do not consent for you to take any more brain tissue. It's going to make me even more sick. The part that they are messing with, it's a vital piece of brain tissue. It controls my digestion and my breathing and my heart rate. Every time they mess with it, I get nauseous and I get heart palpitations. Yes, they're soul thieves. They have made a lot of money off of practicing Scientology on me, using my brain to create a mind space or a hive mind. Yes, they have been allowing other people to gain ideas and intellectual content, property, using uh, my brain, my mind. Yes, I'm in pain at the moment. I'm sick too. Yes, they've also taken a lot of other organs and tissues. And they have filled me full of parasites in all dimensions. Yes, they can use other people's brain tissue as their own. Yes, they have already cut around this piece of brain tissue. Yes, it appears that they are trying to manufacture evidence or stage events that somehow adds to the justification of their criminal behavior towards me. Plus, they sabotage me constantly. Assault and harassment. They make me see things and hear things. Death threats, harassment. Yes, they're really trying to steal my intellectual property. These people are psychotic and delusional. They're twacked out of their heads. So this technology that they use, it interfaces with their brain and central nervous system. Some of it is recording devices. It records sensory perception input. Some of it stimulates our brain and central nervous system. So they run energy through their neurons and brain tissue, plus their central nervous system. These devices elevate hormones such as testosterone and estrogen and growth hormones. And it also elevates neurochemistry like dopamine, norepinephrine, serotonin, and even oxytocin. It has an extremely narcotic-like effect upon the user. They hit me in the stomach. You're breaking the law, as I do not consent for you to drive any of my parasites. Yes, this is a body snatching event. Yes, they are twacked out of their heads. On top of this, Scientology is a criminal enterprise. They exploit people and extort people. Anybody with any kind of influence, power, or authority in our society gets exploited. They get forced to assimilate into a hive mind or some kind of other uh, practice involving Scientology, so these people can control their behavior for personal and monetary gain. Yes, then there's biological theft. They like to invade our privacy, so they are taking biology from the public in mass, uh, eye nerves and brain tissue, so they can invade our privacy to gain information about the things we are consuming and purchasing, so they can show us ads, internet ads, uh, and control our algorithms and even the commercials we see on television to try to increase consumerism, which increases the profits. And many companies are buying into this type of marketing. Someone said a lot of them don't even know. They're just paying these marketing companies to do this to people. And they are unaware of what is actually happening. They know it's invasion of privacy. They don't know it requires removing body parts. Yes, they dig around my brain pieces using worms and other. See, they can create small biologies. Part of our biology is pure energy. They can cut a piece of it off and turn it into a surrogate. And it has the ability to move through walls. Uh, it can come right through our energy supply, right through the electricity in our homes. It can come down through the light bulbs. It can walk through our nervous system, crawl through our biologies. They use these little biologies to drive the worms. They can literally jump in my biology and jump into a worm and start driving the worm. Yes, this is part of Scientology. They say no one is going to believe me. They will believe we're removing brain tissue. I'm getting victim shamed. Yes, they're trying to justify their criminal behavior towards me. Yes, I'm in pain. I do not consent for you to drive any of my parasites. I do not consent for you to be on my property. Leave.